All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. So today's pod is a little different in that I know I've been, you know, as I look back, the last year, the focus, a lot of it was on really building out a powerful product, that can truly be able to make a difference in the lives of many, many, many people. And it was a beautiful time in that I got to, test it out with our first ever group of students, literally like testers, people who dove in, people who really, gave their heart, their soul to experience the shift. And they came in with the intention of wanting to transform. And it's beautiful to see that even today, they are reaping the benefits of having step into this journey. And this year, of course, as I was even planning it out last year, this year would be more of taking it from testing out the product and making sure that the product truly is able to deliver deeply and create massive transformation in the lives of people. This year, the focus was on creating that expansion through collaborations, through using all the various sources that are available, but doing it in a way that it's like what I like to refer to as intuitive marketing. Um, what I also like to refer to as operating from the soul, operating from your heart, where yes, I do believe and I do understand that templates and formulas are there for a reason. People have tested them and they have found that it works. But the one thing I can definitely tell you, especially if you are a healer coach, is that no matter how many courses, no matter how many templates, no matter how many uh, versions you might try, but until you're able to find the one that truly resonates with you, there will always be something missing. And having sort of like traveled the length and breadth of the industry and having seen people create miracles for many, one thing that has definitely become clear is that the principle is most important, meaning that I know that this message is meant to go out into the world and reach many, many people. What I have, of course, found through my own experience is that our secret sauce is community. So the kind of people who show up, the kind of people who are drawn to this energy are those that believe in truly making that difference. And as they learn, they're also driven to show up and be there for other people and really hold that space for each other. And I know that as we look at scaling this year, we are definitely going to be making the experience really, really personal, really, really intimate for all our students who are coming in for the programs, all our new community members, and of course for existing members as well. So this is something that is becoming clearer day by day to me, and I feel extremely fortunate that I get to pace myself in a way that I know that I'm really making it a point to be there for my students, for my community members, but also do it in a way where profit is not the only driver. Right? It's like today, I think they talk about running ethical businesses, and so um, for me, I know I've reached that point over having, of course, been to many different schools of thought, uh, worked with many different experts in the field. And as I said, everything has its place. And for me, I have understood that, it's so important to listen to your own heart, to listen to your own calling, because that really is what eventually makes the difference, because that is what makes this truly sustainable. So, if you're somebody who is on this journey, especially as a healer coach, and you're you're wondering, to use that expression, "Mera number kab aayega?" One thing I can definitely tell you is that the key is time. It's like I was telling somebody, especially as a healer coach, if you're looking to be in this space and truly let your your message, your mission lead you. Um, from a business point of view, of course, if you look at it, there are three components. Right? One is the value, meaning what is it that you can give people that you know literally takes their conscious mind out of the equation, which means they no longer um, are able to talk themselves out of being in your energy or in your community. So, meaning that be so good that people are drawn to you. That's one. Two is, of course, we talk about leads in this business, and that is so important because leads, and more than just leads, having the attitude, having the mindset, the understanding that leads are what um, will keep your business flowing, which means at any given point in time, you're constantly having people, knock on the door, having people look in and really take that peek to decide, is this the space for them? Because the beautiful thing about this kind of work that we do, especially as healer coaches, is that it's rather than talking about limitations, it's all about abundance, which in simple terms means that, as long as you have your open doors, and you're open to the idea of people coming in, experimenting, people testing to see, is this the space for them? And as long as you're able to ensure that this happens on an ongoing basis, you will always be in that space where you're not trying to desperately hold on to maybe people in your community, or maybe your clients or your customers or your students. Because when the attitude is one of expansion, when the attitude is one of openness, then that truly is what is drawing people in. And I'm sure you know this by now, that whoever's meant to be in your space, those are the people who will show up. So, I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's any way in which I can help you, uh, especially because I've been doing this now for, you know, if I sort of like count all the years, it's over 2 decades, meaning probably over the last 22, 23 years, I've been doing this work, and I've seen this industry, when it wasn't an industry, then it started to become an industry. And today, uh, it's definitely a good place to be if you want to start. And I look at it like this: if it's something that's a calling for you and you want to continue on, then it's so important to be able to make sure that you're not only constantly working on creating more value, like genuinely creating more value, you're also, um, you know, looking at ways in which you can create that expansion. It might be through collaborations, it might be through, paid promotions, like truly looking at your business as a business, which means you're looking at advertising, you're looking at marketing, you're looking at creating both the pull and the push. And also, when you're willing to give it time, and you're not trying to sort of rush to the goal, because then you're always going to be rushing to the goal, right? If the goal is whatever it is, so it's 1 crore in revenue, or if it is like million subscribers, whatever, the kind of metrics that might be going around, and if those are your drivers, I can also tell you that because those are extremely high intensity goals, that for a lot of people, once you reach there, you suddenly kind of realize that you put your ladder on the wrong wall. So if all of this sounds, or some of this sounds familiar, and this is something that you've been thinking of, and you're looking to be in a space where you can talk about your um, your insecurities, or things that you're you know unsure, or uh, you don't feel comfortable talking outside, or maybe through your content, but you want a safe space. You want a space where you know um, people can hold that space for you, then I know from the people who are in our community that this is that space. So you're more than welcome to come, as I said, come and explore, see if this is for you. And we are now, of course, as I said, having tested out a whole bunch of different things, we are now at a point where there's content, there's programming that's happening, and live programming that's happening pretty much on a day-to-day basis. Uh, Mondays and Fridays in the evenings, we meet live. Uh, I come live for an hour, so you get to connect with me, and you also get to connect with the other members of our community. On Wednesdays, we have orientation, so that's a beautiful way for you to meet other people live, and also it's a it's a meetup as well. So you actually get to be in different breakout rooms and connect and start to form bonds. And over and above this, of course, now we have finally, put things into place. So there's a simple, easy way for you to get started uh, by, spending time in our online workshop. So this happens on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. And this happens literally every single week. So, treat this as an invitation to come and join us. If any of these sound interesting to you or you're curious to know how this plays out, there is a link in the comment section. So definitely, click on the link and come join us. And as I said, there are free programs, there are paid programs, or whatever is the place where you want to start. It's completely your call, and you get to choose where you want to begin. So, if you're really looking to have a community that can support you, if you're really looking to stay in this space of healing and coaching and continue to make a difference in the world, then this is that space for you. And as I said, if there's any way in which I can help you, please do reach out and let me know. And of course, having said all of that, remember to live your purpose. God bless. Of course, I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.